I finished school in 1979, and my plan was to be an electrical engineer, but due to the lack of funds, I couldn't go to the varsity. And I ended up joining the Department of Post and Telecommunications, currently known as Telcom. I remember we were at Moy Street then, and then our lecturer said, okay, we've got visitors here. They want you guys to join the medical aid. Well, we knew nothing about medical aid. Why should we have such a thing if we can go to the clinic, for free? And they tried to explain. We ended up saying, okay, fine, let's try it. And that's how we joined the medical aid.
Bonitas was founded in 1982 as medical aid for black civil servants. Over the last 40 years, we have built a solid heritage that's rich with experience. We are now officially the second largest medical scheme in South Africa, representing and being entrusted with over 730,000 lives. I believe we are one of the medical schemes that caters for all economic sectors within South Africa and has got representation of understanding the organizations and the members within those sectors. I believe this is a critical differentiator for us in terms of being able to be the medical aid for South Africans.
I think I was 9, 10, and I must have eaten something, and then I got an allergy reaction. I remember my parents rushing me to the hospital. I was so scared, but I knew that I was in the right hands. I knew that everything was covered in terms of medical aid because my parents used Bonitas. So when I started working, my employer offered me a variety of medical aid schemes. I remember I picked up the phone like, Dad, so I'm supposed to choose a medical scheme. Because like, but we've always been using Bonitas. There was definitely an element of trust, so this is why my decision was made easy. When I had kids, I was so scared. I was so scared that I'd have to pay all these medical bills. I mean, my son, when he was born, he was kept in an incubator for, I think, for like a week or so. And I thought, oh my goodness, I'd have to pay extra money for this. But Bonitas paid all of that. That peace of mind is worth $1 million because I know that my family's health needs are taken care of.
That's my wife there, That's how she looked like then, She was so tiny. It happened in the 1980s, though we didn't know what it was, But at least now we know that she had bipolar. We were referred to a specialist who did all the tests. She was given medication, and that condition has been controlled ever since. And it's a chronic thing, and Bonitas continues to pay for that. To tell the truth, I tried, doing some research from other medical aids, just to compare, but they couldn't come closer to Bonitas. If I look back, on what they did for us, I decided that, no, I'm not going to leave Bonitas. And that's why I'm still with Bonitas even today. Then I have no regrets at all.
The power of choice is very important for me because really it gives me the freedom to be who I can be and who I want to be. I work as a social media strategist, so I work with very well-recognized organizations.
Hope you guys have a blessed and good day. I don't know what you guys will be doing, but I have a lot of work to do, so I'll see you guys on the flip side.
South Africa has evolved. The world is no longer the same. The evolution of technology has empowered people to know more. A member like Kanya, who is a young, new member to the scheme, has the power of choice. He's got every bit of information at the tips of his finger.
I was under my partner's medical aid, and then unfortunately he fell sick and passed away at the beginning of this year. So now I had to take out my own medical aid. The nice thing about Bonitas is that all your benefits are usually comprehensive. So you can go to the doctor as many times as you want to. With the app, for instance, you have virtual GPs, you can have an e-card, which is your membership card, which you can have on your smartphone. So for a young professional, I mean, that's very convenient. We're a much more technologically advanced kind of generation, so we want everything that's embedded onto our phones or on our iPads or wherever. It makes it easier and makes it very convenient for the member.
So COVID definitely exposed the limitations of our health system. Curo Medical is a digital health company pioneering premium healthcare solutions, not just for the continent, but for other emerging markets. Of course, our flagship offering is the technology-enabled hospital at home. So it combines minute-by-minute continuous vital sign monitoring together with virtual and in-person visits to bring hospital-level care to the patient's home. Since going to market, we've managed more than 2,000 patient bed days, over 20 different conditions. We've managed to avert more than 700 hospital bed days. We have remarkably impressive doctor and patient satisfaction rates. We want to get to as many South Africans as possible.
I wanted to go for a doctor's visit today, so we had to arrange some transport for him, and everything went fine.
Bonitas reintroduced Curo Medical, which is a very innovative solution to take healthcare in the homes of our members when they required and when there wasn't a severe condition.
We've seen a real willingness from Bonitas to take risks and to try new things in order to benefit their members.
We know that we cannot achieve our objectives and our strategies without value partners.
MSP Consultant started in 2003. And the reason that made me start MSP Consultant is because when I was a fund manager, we had brokers and we had what we call corporate brokers. And there was a gap in between. For the first 8 years, I didn't make profit. But I told myself, patience, my girl, patience.
If I've ever found a lady that is resilient, that is tenacious in transforming healthcare in South Africa, Basi comes to mind.
What I love about what I'm doing is making a client understand what they've purchased. That's the thing that made me realize that I need to go out there to educate people to understand how the medical aid works.
We're heading to see one of my prospective clients regarding joining a medical aid.
Bonitas is a type of medical aid scheme that understands the healthcare needs of its members. Whether you are a blue-collar employee, whether you are a white-collar employee, or you are an executive or a CEO, no nonsense about them. What you see is what you get. When I started MSP Consultant in 2003, a lot of people used to say, Baisi, do you think you're going to make it? We are now 20 years old, and I'm proud to see where we come from and where we are now.
Gift of the Givers is a proudly South African humanitarian and non-governmental organization that has reached far across the African continent and worldwide, inclusive of here locally, in terms of making a difference and having an impact on transforming the needs of South Africans and society as a whole in their time of need.
Gift of the Givers was given to me as a spiritual instruction from a highly spiritual Sufi master in Istanbul in Turkey on the 6th of August, 1992. That was 30 years ago this year.
Dr. Suleiman, talking about medical aid, you specifically chose Bonitas. Can you share your views in relation to that?
Medical aid is so important. It's about dignity, it's about mobility, it's about mortality, it's about life, it's about humanity, and it's about spirituality. And I pray for you to climb accommodate many more people, and help many more lives.
It's all about ensuring that affordable healthcare is made accessible, that it's sustainable, and that we provide that quality care to all South Africans, especially those that's employed, because that is how you stimulate an economy, a country, to become more productive and add value. There's no greater joy that I receive by way of a member call that says thank you. That for me is heartwarming, and it feels that it's a purpose-driven life that you do through your profession, but more so that as a father, you have made a difference to another family member.
I love Johannesburg. I love their energy, almost like the energy that you would get in New York or London. This energy of go-getters, you know, that's why Joburg is Joburg, and that's why Gauteng is Gauteng. The city of gold, Egoli, whatever you want to call it, there's an energy here about people that want to do things and get things done and just take advantage of opportunities. I oversee investment for the OR Tambo International Airport Special Economic Zone, which is an economic development program. OR Tambo remains prime as an airport, the largest in Africa, and because of that location, you're a stone throw away from air cargo, you're a stone throw away from OR Tambo Airport, you're a stone throw away from Sandton, which is South Africa and Africa's financial district, you know, connected through a high-speed train. We started this journey a couple of years ago, and the first sector that came into our first phase of our development was the food processing sector. So the northern precinct of what we call Otia Precinct 1 is where we've built the largest food factory in the southern hemisphere, the second largest of this kind in the world. It's just over 22,000 square meters under roof, globally competitive, globally exciting infrastructure that we've put up there for fresh food products that would then package and export internationally. We are also in the process of now developing what we've defined as a jewelry manufacturing precinct. This is a sector that is focused around mineral beneficiation. So we're talking diamonds, we're talking gold, we're talking platinum group metals, minerals in general that are mined in South Africa for the purposes of exporting.
Johannesburg is big in terms of the jewelry industry. Small businesses, I think, should be given more of a chance. There's huge room to grow still.
So this is the master plan of the jewelry precinct. What we have here is what the jewelry manufacturing precinct will look like when it's done. The refinery, the diamond beneficiators, the jewelers, the people that are supporting you to move the goods are here, the regulatory agencies necessary for the approvals, and we ourselves are here, as well as the South African Revenue Service are here together in a clustered environment, structured in a globally competitive fashion, emulating what has been done in other regions.
Africa is so rich with minerals, and there's so few manufacturers and designers out there who are able to create products of world standard. So I'm absolutely passionate about the industry, about the manufacturing craft, about designing, and also creating jewelry that is being exported internationally from Africa.
There's always the question of, does South Africa have the skills, capabilities required to drive this business? And if I were to invest in South Africa, do you have the people that would support my business? Our short answer is yes. We wanted to be sure that by the time we are up and running, we have also taken care of the issue of skills. We took care of that by setting up the skills studio. It did exceptionally well. And Nontando is one of the recipients of that Design at 50 program.
Design at 50 was about learning how to do international commercial jewelry. I was doing my postgraduate advanced jewelry design program and graduated there. Patsima Jewelry Design specializes in custom-made jewelry. The company has grown really organically and self-funded. The rest of the world is really interested in African luxury. So I think as designers and as manufacturers in the jewelry industry, this is the perfect time for us to rise.
The intention really is to continue to support people like Nontando. We will be setting up a hub. In that hub, again, working with small players to give them an opportunity and a space to manufacture, and have also some of our investors in this zone, providing them with an opportunity for offtake of the products that they make. So again, a cluster approach where end to end we look at the different options and how do we support SMMEs. Big business is important, but equally important are the opportunities that you create for the small players to also take advantage of what the SEZ has to offer.
Nungu in Swahili means porcupine. We say it's a small but resilient animal. Being young and being black in the diamond industry, we've had to be very resilient. My wife, Ursula Pule, I call her Babe, designed this porcupine that I wear, and I wear it with pride. She's the co-founder of Nungu Diamonds. She is an amazing creative. When a person says they're wearing a Nungu Diamonds piece, they're wearing a piece of her. The thing I love about the diamond space is, we get to interact with people. We get to know how it is that they got together and why it is they're getting married. I love seeing love. And this is, for me, part of the joy of what we do.
The silliness happens all the time.
We work very hard. We got to secure a partnership with a very big diamond cutter and polisher. Now, to partner with a company like that with a worldwide network has created a platform for Nungu Diamonds to really thrive. We've employed 30 people, and it's only the beginning. And moving into the special economic zone at the airport, the vision there is to expand the business because of the tax incentives that come with being part of an SEZ.
So the opportunities would vary from incentives that have been packaged through national government, specifically a lower corporate income tax rate. There's also VAT exemption if you're exporting. There's also no duty if you are importing production-related material and assets.
To pay VAT on purchases of rough diamonds is a huge capital outlay. To move into the SEZ and have that as one of the incentives was a huge relief for us. And also the benefit of setting up at the airport is because we have other businesses in the SADC region, we were then able to import those rough diamonds in, cut and polish them in South Africa, which will lead to further job creation. It's a no-brainer.
There is the support of all arms of government to put up the infrastructure that would allow that private sector partner to grow and create the much needed jobs that we need in South Africa.
This industry is not an easy industry, it's dominated by a male, but I managed to fill my shoes in. I started this business, Togos Diamonds, in 2004. I was seeking a job in the textile industry. Me failing many times, working. When I was give up late in the afternoon, I saw that name, Zlotowski Diamonds, cutting and polishing. And then I said, wow, diamond. And then I joined them, is where my dream started. I was started next to nothing because I was working, sitting, polishing till at night, trying to build a capital. Years, they start to invite me, to give me credit to go and polish and come and pay after.
Historically, diamond industry, I can say 90% is still based on trust. We still use the word mazal. Mazal, it means that you can close a deal just by a word of mouth. We put relationship first more than the money.
Togos Diamonds, it's a family business. I pass legacy to my family, especially my son. As a young boy from school, I invite him to help me as a mother because I believe can do things better because of education. Right now, he's the face of Togos Diamonds.
This might be the hardest industry ever. It needs patience, it needs perseverance, and it needs dedication. Look at my mom's story where she started. I've watched her literally growing this company from 1,500 Rand to be $1 million business today. I witnessed it and I saw it, and I'm proud of my mom because I wouldn't be where I am. Okay, tears. So currently, we have an existing contract with a company in the mainland China where they're running more than 50 jewelry stores and we export 70%. So SEZ now is very crucial for us, and With SEZ, we can benefit from the tax benefits, rentals. It's going to help Toros Diamonds to reinvest again now in the new technology in terms of equipment, making sure that we compete with overseas market.
As moving to SEZ, I see potential to achieve my dream to upskill and mentor more young, especially young women and the generation to come.
We're also looking at the newer sectors. We're looking at the pharmaceutical, the health cluster. We are looking at electronics. We are looking at fuel cells. This is a new industry, very, very exciting.
We have a massive new opportunity, which is the green energy industry. We have green hydrogen that's rapidly developing into one of the biggest business drivers in the world. And that green hydrogen relies on South African-based platinum group metals.
This is a plan of the Special Economic Zone. The Isondo building is building number 7.
Our core business is manufacturing of platinum-based catalysts, membrane electrode assemblies for electrolyzers and fuel cells.
On this floor, we have dedicated membrane electrode assembly production.
In doing something of this high-tech nature, almost ahead of the market, funding becomes an issue. We had tremendous support from the Department of Trade and Industry, and we're now at the execution stage where you get entities like the GIDZ and the Gauteng government coming in and setting up with the DTR the special economic zones that will then also help give us additional incentives to take this into full manufacturing. As South Africa, we have a lot of high-quality graduates coming out of our universities. So we are proud of the fact that we are creating a core of young graduate interns learning from the best in the world. So we're creating the skills for our future. We all know unemployment levels are simply unsustainable. So this could be very much an industry that creates brand new jobs, creates new revenue, and helps us as an economy re-industrialize. So we need to grasp this opportunity with both hands.
I love economic development. I love this business. The citizenry of Gauteng and South Africa is hungry for growth, and we as government has a responsibility to work with the private sector to deliver on that promise.